Hallo zusammen, wie geht's? Ich hoffe, es geht euch allen gut. How are you? I'm hoping that you're all fine. This is our next mini lesson. Today I'm going to be giving you 2 more tasks well, if you want to, you can still do it today on Thursday. If you want to, you can do it over the weekend. And then another one is supposed to be for Sunday. Okay, so just divide it up the way you prefer. So the due date for this will be on Sunday, just so that's clear, okay? And then on Sunday, hopefully, or on Monday, depends, I will be sending you another video on the new tasks for the upcoming 3 days. So yeah, on average, it's always going to be 2 videos per week, because I think that's just about enough. And yeah, let's just go ahead with our chapter 5, okay? So thank you for all the people who have sent in the work. I'm still going through and checking it, and I'll be replying to each and every one of you. And so just a short recap, we are in chapter 5. Chapter 5 is about directions, so knowing how to get from a place to another place. And what you've done so far is doing the translation of both halves of the dialogue, and then you did the questions and answers, okay? So what's going to be next is if you go on the second page of this chapter 5 document, you will see on the very top it says B, jetzt sind Sie dran. With a partner, create your own dialogue asking for directions to any place in your city. Okay, so what we want here is you could do this with a partner actually, or 2 partners or whatever from your class, I don't mind. So what you need to do here is just very similarly to the dialogue that you've already translated before. You need to do some directions, could be fake directions, real directions, nobody really cares, just make it a little bit creative, okay? And I want you to do this for places in Kuwait. So just pick you could do like 3 mini dialogues, let's say it that way, okay? So let's say you want to explain to someone where or how to go to the Mubarakia souk, or how to go to one of the beaches, or yeah, just any of these more public places that someone might need help to find. And the directions have to be in German, the whole thing needs to be in German. So this is your first task. Please make up a dialogue explaining to someone how to get to specific places in Kuwait, okay? I'll give you a short example. For instance, if I have 2 people in my dialogue, I could do it that way. So person A, I will always say A and B for person A and person B, okay? A could start with Entschuldigung, wie komme ich zum Mubarakia souk? Okay, wie komme ich? How come I? So how do I come? How do I get to? Wie komme ich zum Mubarakia souk? B. Hallo, wie geht's? Der Mubarakia souk ist in Shark. Okay, so the Mubarakia souk is in Shark. And if that's correct, please correct me if I'm wrong. Or you could say in the north of Kuwait. Der Mubarakia souk ist im Norden von Kuwait. Sie müssen, we're just pretending they're already somewhere, I don't know, close, okay? So listen, it's okay if you have fake directions, it's fine. Sie müssen 20 Minuten geradeaus fahren. For instance, that means Sie müssen, you in the formal way, you must. This is a new word. I mean, it's okay if you look up new words for this, no problem. You must drive 20 minutes towards the north, okay? Sie müssen 20 Minuten nördlich fahren, or in den Norden fahren. You could say it that way. You could say it a different way if you want to give directions for walking. I know it's kind of difficult in Kuwait, but you could do that as well. So, for example, if someone is, I don't know, at the scientific center and you want to give them walking directions to the Marina Mall. Yeah, it's not that far away, but it's actually possible. So you could say, so the first person says, Hallo, wie komme ich zur Marina Mall? So it's always going to be the same structure. Wie komme ich is the key structure you want here. How do I come to the Marina Mall? This is just how it's said in German. I know it sounds a little weird. And the other one could say, so if you're like at the scientific center at that moment, Sie gehen, I don't know how many meters that is, maybe 3 kilometers. Sie gehen 3 Kilometer geradeaus am Strand oder am Meer entlang. Okay? So that means you will walk 3 kilometers straight. Geradeaus means straight. And beside the beach or beside the seaside. There's not many beaches there on this part. Okay? So this is how you can do it. The dialogues can be super short. Just try to be a little bit creative. And if it doesn't work for you for Kuwait, just pick another city that you might have been to in Europe. But yeah, just try to do it for Kuwait, okay? And obviously you can also give directions while driving. This is the first direction that I gave because here everything is about driving and more than walking. Okay. The other task number 2. So ideally you would do this on Sunday. Is not going to be from the book. This is going to be something extra. I want you to think about, so this is going to be mostly using, well, it's a mix of old and new words. So you can use one of the apps that I've told you to use before for the dictionary and for finding new vocabulary. And what I want you to do on Sunday or like for day 2 is write down a short daily routine of yours during the quarantine, okay? So the question is, I'm going to write this down here so that you have it. Was machst du? Okay, let's change this up. There you go. Was machst du in der Quarantäne? So the word quarantine in German is Quarantäne. It's spelled almost exactly the same. I hope you can see that. Yep. Was machst du in der Quarantäne? So far, so good. Was machst du? We've done this before a lot with the food topics. Means what are you doing? Okay. So what are you doing in the quarantine or during the quarantine? Options for verbs that you might want to use for this. So I want you to write sentences. Make it simple, guys. Just make it easy. And don't use Google Translate for everything, because I know when you do that and it just doesn't sound, even if you think about the sentence on your own in English and then translate it on your own, it's always going to sound better than if you just throw it in Google Translate, okay? So verbs that you could use, definitely spielen. Okay, spielen means to play. There you go. Spielen, to play. So for instance, I know that most of you guys are spending your day pretty much just playing PS4. So if you want to say it that way, you will just say PS4 spielen, okay? This is your verb, and the whole practice here is about doing the correct verb form, okay? So you're not just gonna say ich PS4 spielen without changing anything. No. All right, this is how you have to do it, okay? Remember our 6 verb forms that we used to write down all the time in class. So the first one, since this is going to be a daily routine about yourself, you're going to write with I, like from the point of view of I. And the ending for I is always E, okay? So for example, if you want to say I play PlayStation, let's say in the morning, okay? Ich spiele PS4 am Morgen, okay? This is how you would do it. Let me write it down. Ich spiele. PS4, or you can write, mostly in Germany we say PlayStation rather than PS4. Ich spiele PS4 am Morgen. Okay, it's not very clear, but it works. Ich spiele PS4 am Morgen. Okay, so you could use verbs like to play, spielen. You could use, obviously, essen, to eat. So here we go. I'm just going to write down some random verbs. Essen, trinken. What else we got? Schlafen, to sleep. Okay. Lernen. Lernen actually means to learn, but in German we say learn rather than study, okay? So if you do studying, it's lernen. And lesen, to read. Okay, if you want to say I'm watching like videos or Netflix or something, you will say Netflix gucken. All right, so these are some ideas for you guys for the verbs. Let's see. Contrast, much. Yeah, now it's good. First one there. Well, after spielen, which means to play. Essen, eat. Trinken, drink. Schlafen, sleep. Lernen, study. Lesen, read. And then Netflix gucken, to watch Netflix. Okay, this is just some ideas for you guys. So you could start like, in der Quarantäne, in the quarantine, I watch, for instance, gucke ich La Casa de Papel auf Netflix. During the quarantine, in the quarantine, I watch La Casa de Papel on Netflix. Okay, this is one idea you could do. About playing PlayStation, about studying for school, about reading a book, about eating, sleeping, napping, whatever floats your boat, okay? So these are our 2 tasks, just in summary. Day 1, do the dialogue as per the instructions. Well, there's not many instructions, but just the dialogue about the directions in German. You could do 2 or 3 mini dialogues if you don't want to get into detail with one dialogue. And task number 2, probably for Sunday, is writing about your daily routine or just random things that you do during the day, during quarantine. And yeah, let's have at least 6 sentences on that, okay? At least 6 sentences about what you do during the day in quarantine. All right, guys, so I hope you're all fine, that you're not bored to death, and that you're using your time wisely. And I'll see you in the next video. Macht's gut, stay safe, bleibt gesund, stay healthy und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!